He is a dad to 3 daughters, as well as a 7th grade teacher. Hi, Tyler.
Hi.
So you must have a lot of questions.
I do. And so I wanted to know, how do I maintain my connection with my oldest daughter as she's going through puberty? Because I can't exactly relate to exactly what she's going through.
It's a great question. We get it a lot. The short answer is you don't need to share equipment to have conversation and to feel connected. You just get into conversation and ask questions and start to lift the veil on things that today are not as taboo. So for instance, period talk is not limited to people who get periods. It's just not, which is an amazing shift, right? Yeah. That kids talk about periods, that they are talking about period products. So just because you don't get one doesn't mean you can't dive in there and have the conversation.
Thanks.
All right, we have one more question. Thank you so much.
Good job. We do have one more question from Natalie, who's right over here. Hi, Natalie. Hi, I love your little jumper.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. What's your question?
My question is, how can we as parents help our children with changing friendships, peer dynamics, and how can we make sure that they are coping well socially?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked this question. Why is, all of it seem like an episode of The Real Housewives at this point? Is this the modern age we live in, or is it just a current pop culture reference? It feels like there's a tremendous amount of drama, sensitivities, hot and coldness. Yeah, I'd love to know the answer, too.
I'll start with science, and then I'm going to pass the baton to the amazing puberty whisperer who is sitting to my right. The science of shifting friendships has everything to do with these rising and falling hormones in the body. So the hallmark of puberty is that the sex hormones, estrogen and progesterone and testosterone, they rise and fall and rise and fall. And it's the difference, the delta between the high highs and the low lows that make kids feel moody or uncomfortable in their skin or make their feelings especially big. And those hormonal shifts happen on the order of hours, right? Anyone who has been with a tween or teen recently, right? You know what it's like. They're on, they're off. We have felt it. And if you flash back to your pubescent self, you remember it. But that in a social setting sets up this dynamic for drama or stress or distress in relationships with friends and inside the family.
Okay, so we have to accept that changing friendships are what happen in middle school and high school. We all just have to accept it, right? We wish the BFF from kindergarten could stay the BFF forever, partially because we're friends with the parents, we go on vacation together. It's super convenient if we all stay friends, except think about what happens at this age. You're trying on identities. You're shifting your interests. You're finding new passions. Your body's changing and maybe your friend's body isn't changing. Maybe you're super interested in being romantically involved with someone and your friend is really not, right? There's so many reasons why friendships change. And we have to normalize it instead of making kids feel like, oh, I have to hold on to this best friend forever no matter what. No, help them understand that things can change. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with them or anything wrong with the kid, but there has to be baseline etiquette. You cannot be cruel, you cannot be mean, you still have to be respectful because that person deserves human dignity or your kid deserves human dignity. And so certain limits are off bounds, like being unkind, use of social media in unkind ways. Weaponizing. We have to make sure that kids still treat each other with respect because that then carries on to every other aspect of their lives.
Cara and Vanessa, I live for your wisdoms. You make me a better person, you make me calmer and more knowledgeable and more capable. So thank you guys so much. Get more of their wisdom by picking up a copy of my favorite book, This Is So Awkward, which is available everywhere now. And when we come back, I'm not going to even say that transition because it's about sushi and feels really wrong. See ya.